So with this being like the last week of summer, you know, Labor Day is coming up this weekend as you're watching this video. It's a little bit busy around here, so I still want to bring you content. So in today's, I'm showing you how to style up some of those thrifted finds that you have. Not necessarily do we always have to paint everything. Natural wood is absolutely beautiful. Putting little vignettes, assemblies together, showing you, sharing my process of how I work through putting things together. And recently I went to an auction. I hope you all watched the other channel on the Journey channel. I'm not sure if it was on the Rehab or Journey because I only show one haul video a week on each channel. And the person absolutely loved green. There was 3 tables full, 8-foot tables of green handled vintage kitchen. And they weren't even kitchen, y'all. There were a lot of items. So I'm not going to be doing like a whole video of that, but I do have some of those that I saved out to share with you all. And I have some other things that are trending, little creamers, butter pats. I'm going to show you all how to style that. I don't know trending. I don't know what trending is. I think you just buy something because you like it and you style your home the way that you like it. So this video is stuff that I like to do and how I like to put things together. So I hope you enjoy the content. Yes, it is very much green inspired because I'm a green type of girl. Come on, I have a red hair. That doesn't mean you have to like green by any means. But yes, so let's get into styling up some of these thrifted finds. Look at this. This is just the most adorable. So it's got a little damage here. That's okay. I don't want to style up the word crackers, though I got to figure out if I can find another nail, because you see there's a little nail that keeps this from moving. Yep. Bought it for $1 at a sale, but people, I decorate with wood. I decorate with painted items too, but I also decorate with wood. So all I'm going to do is go over to my pile and see if I have a nail long enough to help fix that. Okay, found a nail. Let's now see if we can match up the hole. There you go. Let me pound this one in. Nope, that one's just loose. Okay. Trying to see where that original hole is. I may not be able to hit that, but we will give it a good try. So I tried to find one that was a little bit longer and a little bit bigger so it would stay in there. We got it in. There. It still moves, but it's not as wonky. So that's a good thing. I get my $1 price tag off there. And even though I didn't want to leave marks, it's just what happened. So I'm going to see if I can take a little Howard's. Howard's Dark Walnut is the one that I use the most of. See if we can just tap in that little area where that lost that piece, and look at it. Even though the crackers is on the other side, but you don't. I mean, it's little things like that. Just simple little. Like I said, it's still loose, but it's not like gonna fall out of your hand, kind of. You know, like, oh, I lost it. So my favorite way to style these up, little crackers up, is little creamers. I absolutely love little creamers. So yep, that's what we're going to do. Now you could stuff it full, but I'm just going to put 4 little simple creamers in there. Now you could put greenery, you could, you know, it all depends, but I like the simplicity of just the 4 little creamers. You can style it different ways, you know, get the short and the tall, you know, we rearrange until we absolutely love it. Love these little chunky restaurant creamers. So as somebody who resells, you kind of have to start helping people think outside the box. Not everybody wants, they have, you know, make cabinets with spice trays in them now. But I had every intent when I bought this one at a yard sale that I was going to paint it. But that patina, y'all, I cannot paint over that patina. Though I got some dust, so I just have a Clorox wet wipe. And so I'm just going to go ahead and, so at some point it really did have all of its, it did have its spice. The spice ones were not available. The bottles were not there. I would have bought those in a heartbeat because I do think people liked it. And it's hard. You can save one of these little things forever thinking I'm going to find. Now that's hard. That's hard to find enough matching ones to fill it. So I have just decided I'm going to help people think what else they can do with this. So I'm going to take a moment and try to clean this kitchen grease off. So I do get messaged a lot because I collect butter pats. So, and they're always like, how do you display them? I'm like, y'all just need to watch me on my other social media. Hold on, we have a loose nail here. I got a hammer. You can fix that. There. Must have loosened up when I was cleaning it aggressively. So I do have some beautiful, look at that green and that pink floral on these. Oh yeah, y'all. I have quite the stash of, I save it to do things like this for you all. Okay, so, but they're a little bit on the short side. Can you see that? They don't, so this is where we get into these larger ones, which are, so to me, I think, not above 3 inches for a butter pat, but that's just me. And then like a little plate like this would be like a roll plate at 3.5, but each to their own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff a bigger plate behind these. So that'll give people a reason, one, to buy the bigger plates. Or if they have bigger plates, that's a way to, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, that is beautiful. So it just pops. These are Johnson Brothers, and I think some of these are marked the Ironstone Johnson Brothers, just a different version. But I love that. I love that pop all together. Now you're probably thinking, can I do creamers on here? I'll just grab from my previous project and show you that most of the creamers, unless you can find this size, this is just a fit. I mean, I'm touching the sides as I'm putting it down. You'd have to find that many sizes of creamers. So it would take you a long time. So out of that 4, only 1 creamer fit. So if you like a good hunt of filling up a collection, you need a measure to make sure you got the right one. But butter pats seem to work just fine. Will be still my heart when I saw all that green. When you're a green lover, vintage, oh my gosh, it was hard for me not to want to buy it all. I bought a good portion, y'all. So this is, I would think it was like an old lunchbox that still had the lid. Beautiful patina. Must have been dropped a time or two. So we're going to put the dent to the back. I want to be able to use that beautiful lid, so I'm not getting rid of that lid. But we're going to fill this up, and I'm going to start off filling it up with some Dollar Tree floral foam. An assembly, just where you put things together. I don't know. I really like, do you do this one? Or do you do, is that too much green? Okay, we're going to do this way. So I fill that floral foam as much as I possibly can to make everything nice and tight. I'm going to need another package, and that's okay. Okay. And then I'm going to put one back here. Like I said, I like to make a nice tight package if I can. And then floral foam, like, it's so easy to cut. I said it was so easy to cut. So I'll just dust off the other item. That way, if I have it nice and tight, I don't have to necessarily worry about gluing anything together. And I'm just going to take my brush and brush off that, now that I've made floral foam dust. Okay, so let me see if I can push this into the back. I think I don't want so much green, but I don't want this to lose its lid. So I'm just going to say, hello, go in there. So now when I'm always looking for like these type of handles, like something, I don't stick them out, I stick it so you can see the green, and I love, it doesn't all have to match. So we're going to go ahead and kind of start working, filling our space in, keeping it into a little package there. Okay, let's see about this. I think it was a bottle opener. I have some of these markers, like for your plants. I'm just gonna kind of, let's see, that one says sage, thyme, seeds. Oh, maybe I'll take, I already changed my mind 2 seconds later. I like that the thyme and the sage kind of go together. So we have our little peacock fluff. I want to stick this in here somehow. So I have this. Let me see how far down I can push this. Or maybe I'll just cut that off so it has something to keep it up right on, which it's a Gamble's. It shows like it's a paint thing, but it's actually sewing needles. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, so cool. I don't even know what you get free gifts with anymore, if you get free gifts at all with purchase. I don't know. I buy too much from Amazon. They don't give you too many free gifts. Okay, so we're going to go, there we go. See if I stick that all the way down. Then I can have that holding on it. Oh, I need to get both pieces so it doesn't open. There you go. Because I have this, I just, when I saw all of it just laying there on that table, I'm just like, I just love it all. I want it all. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. So we are making a junk drawer. That is definitely for sure. So I think we should add clock face and keep, this is so cool. Look at this. So it's a tape measure. And then you dial it down. Oh my God. Oh, they made such cool stuff. And I have like one of these little playing cards. Trying to keep the same hue in there, but without covering up too much of my dial. If I have to lift it up, I will. How many of these little things can I stick in here? Probably a lot. I have some of the green books we could do. Should I stick one on the other side? Because the green is kind of the same green as what this is, which is shaded that a little bit. So there's that. Oh goodness, I'm filling this right up, huh? But see, these are usually like my backdrop, even though I'm using the lid, because the lid needed to stay. I don't know if I can put a third little book down here or not. Or if it's, because I filled that with floral foam. I don't think I can. Let me see. Let me squish the floral foam with the ruler to see if I can. I don't want to hurt the book. see if I can get it in there. And then I could use, I think I had a flower frog on this one. I never plast up a clock face. Yeah, you know me, clocks I eyeball going, do you work? Can I take you apart just for your clock face? I don't do it, y'all. I don't know anything about clocks to do stuff like that. So that kind of lifts that up. Many of us need a use for a doily because look at this. That's the same hue as that. So can I run this? I don't necessarily want it to be like a huge focal point, but I want something to kind of, you know, back this up a little bit to fluff it so it sits upright a little bit more. And I think just, you know, it doesn't have to be like a perfect flow there. Played with it a little bit to get it to sit up more. Made sure that this is dangling off of it because I love the rusty crusty safety pin. Oop, dial it back down. This will be a yay or nay, adding some of the baby's breath in, which is the same hue as that from Hobby Lobby. I feel like, oh, I think it can take it. I just want to cover up some of the green floral foam without having to put the fakey grass, you know, the moss, and then so then some of that helps actually push some of my items forward too. Oh, I like it. Like I said, this is kind of the junk drawer going on here. Have you seen my styling in my house? Yeah, some would call it a junk drawer. Other people's trash. Oh yeah, it needed those. I think I'm almost finished, but I did find this little crochet needle. Trying to get that was the one thing about this. They like to buy stuff, but they didn't take any other tags off. They just put it in the collection with, hey, who am I to judge? I was happy they collected it. I felt like I just needed a little bit more of that green. Somewhere there. Look at that. I don't know, what is it, a little nutmeg grater, but it's green. Actually, I didn't even get that at there. I pick up green all the time. So along with the green handle, look at this beautiful aged little bit of paper on coffee tin with the green still on there. Oh my goodness. So I think we're going to use this as the front, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fill it up with some floral foam to be able to stick stuff in here. Like I need something for my stuff to like bounce off of, help stand up. So I think I'm going to use this grater, see how far down I can get it. May not be quite the same patina, but there we go. Kind of like this old wooden spoon. Tells a story, been used a lot, a little bit broken, a little bit burnt. So let's see if I can get this to stick in here. Or if it ends up being too tall, I'll just leave it out. That's not where I want it. It's just floral foam, y'all. Don't worry. Always okay to change your mind. So I'm just going to go find my green handled. I got a lot of them. See what I can fill up with. Trying to match that patina. So I think this was a grater slicer. Well, it's slicing up my because it goes in at an angle. Makes it a little bit hard. And then, oh, there's a tag on it. Ah, told you. Can I get, I might have to take that piece out first. And then, there we go. There we go. We got that aged in there. And then I'll just stuff this back in there. Maybe I won't even need it. I don't know, but it's in there now. So I'm trying to find kind of like a hue that matches. This one's a little bit matte. This one's a little bit shiny. And that's okay. And it doesn't have to be completely centered. That's a whole nother issue there too. Okay, still digging through my stash. I don't know, this might be a little bit in the way now. I need it, but I think I need to have it. I just happen to have a knife. Because I had to take that out to fit that in there. There. Okay, now we can't see it. I bought this on a whatnot. So I wanted to be able to add the little coffee in. Thought that would, but see, I need to add a lighter hue. Oh, I don't want to have to cut it down, but I need a lighter hue in here. If so be it, I guess. I'll just keep playing with it and see what I can come up with. Oh, maybe that'll work. Maybe. I'm going to have to, who says I can't put it behind, right? Except it's loose back there, so we'll have to stuff in some bits and pieces of some foam. And then maybe a vintage flag to kind of offset that. Price flag. Say, move over here where I want you to be. Try to bring another rusty metal, aged metal in here and help stick up this little sack of coffee. It's more about the word coffee than it is about the crow at the bottom, even though I love black crows. Ravens, whichever way you want. That's decor all year long. But now I have a hole. Holes are not good. I don't know if I want to. That's too much ephemera. I'm going to stick another green handle. Hey, look, I got a green handle that doesn't got any. He ain't got nothing else on him. Little doily. To bring in some lightness to match the number. This is to match here. I still need something here. I'm thinking what's in my stash. What about some of my tallow berries? Because that's light like that. Let me break some off. So I kind of got an idea of what height I need. So I'm going to make a little bouquet of them. Some brown floral tape. I can add more if I get it in there, but they're all kind of different lengths and they were all kind of falling, so they need to be bouqueted and tucked nicely too. Now I made them tall, so we'll just snip off some of those ends. Kind of weave them in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I needed. So I feel like I have a hole here. So we're going to stick some of those in there. Great little filler. Will it work? I don't know. I feel like that needs something now. I just keep getting taller and taller and taller. But now that I'm putting it behind, it might work. I always look for the short wooden spoons, which are not the easiest to find. And another little bundle, because I feel like now behind there needs a little bit of this. It comes all already in a bouquet, and then I just take it apart and use it for what I want. at 4. There we go. Yeah, I stuck it. Isn't he cute, the little mouse? Oh, I just thought he's not really in your face like, oh, I'm a mouse in your coffee tin. But, oh, he's so cute. There we go. That's what it needed. I am going to stick some Spanish moss back here so you don't see that green fluorofoam, but the rest of it is covered up. Be one of my kitchen utensil assemblies, which I don't know, they don't have to be in the kitchen without a green handled sifter. And actually, this was in my stash. I didn't get one of those this size. I don't know where they were, but they weren't. That's not where I got this. But I'm going to use this Fell's Napa soap grater. Let's lift you up a grater and kind of you have to work around the wires in there. You know how that goes. You get going and you forget, like, oh, I need to, like, so you just see that. Then you don't see the not so pretty fluorofoam. The very useful but not so pretty fluorofoam. And get that back in there. There we go. Use some of the kitchen tools for what they're for. Since I have them, I might as well use them, right? There we go. Okay, I think that matches. So we'll start off with a couple little green handled. Get those in here. I just love aged wooden spoons. These are a little bit darker in color. Nope. Maybe he goes behind. And then he goes in front. These are all different. That's just how they're rolling. There we go. The green handled we want to see. Okay, I tried to use these earlier, but I just didn't like how it was working out. So I'm going to try to see if I can bring a natural wood element in here. See if these still fit or not fit or do fit. I have a rolling pin, that's why. Natural color element. Gonna work, but maybe this little melon scoop will. Oh, they're like a little matching pair, but one's green and one's natural. Kind of rearrange them a little bit just to try to get them all to fit. And then I thought I'll take the one out and replace it for a star, the one round, because then that kind of interlocks on there a little bit. So we got our green, we've got our natural wood in there, got our old spoons, our old patinaed cookie cutters. So I'm playing with this little spot here. They're all kind of shifting on me yet. I have a butter press mold in that natural wood. See if we can make that work. You can fill these all up, yes. It's an explosion. Then I have, look at it, it's a little clip-on. So it's a star, because why not? I do actually have a couple wooden clothespins too, because I don't know when is it enough. When it's enough, you will know. I think this is supposed to be a child's cutting board, but since I put those dark ones in, they are kind of just like fading in the background. So you would have thought I would have put more green, but a lot of my greens that's the thing, is they didn't completely match. They were really shiny. The paint is all chipping. So you just kind of play with what you have. I'll start backfilling with some Spanish moss. This is like the crumbs I have left, so that'll work perfect for back here. So I'm hoping that helps. This is going to help tighten things up a little bit more. I prefer, maybe this was just too much and the height was covering up everything, and maybe the rolling pin just won't work. How about an owl pie vent funnel? I think he's a hoot. You got the dark, you got the little whimsical back there, the unexpected back there. And then if I need to pop him a little bit with the little child's cutting board, which kind of goes there. Oh, I like that. I feel like I need one more light element here though. And let me take the Made in Taiwan off here. It's just a little rolling pin. So I still got my rolling pin that I wanted in here. But then I needed that light. I know, probably not as much green as I thought was going to be in here at first, but that's just how that works. I still have one of these left though, so I think I can make that work. And then I have some of this Amazon Real Baby's Breath that is dried. And I'm just going to kind of stuff it here and there, bringing in some more of that light feature. So I have some of this, it's just cheesecloth that I coffee stain dyed. So I'm just going to get a piece of it. And actually, it does not just rip. It doesn't rip like you do drop cloth or anything like that. It kind of just shreds. So we will just go ahead and cut some of it off. I thought it would make a nice like little ribbon to go with, like little finished accent on this. And then we'll go ahead and put the star back on. And then this guy won't stay in, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of glue on this bottom. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Yeah, even though I bought the green explosion of a lot of that, I did actually sell a lot of it. And so I kept bits and pieces, and then when you're arranging I like the tones and the shininess, and they don't all have to completely match, but so I hope you enjoyed today's content, just showing you how I like to style things up, making little assemblies, putting collections together. Yeah, when I find a little creamer or butter pat when I'm out in the wild, green handled tool, anything. Oh my gosh. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. And these will all be on eBay if anybody's interested in bidding them. So so I don't have to glue everything together. If I was to sell them in my retail booth, I would probably glue them all together, or I would put them in like a gift wrap bag that you could shrink wrap, so that they weren't tore apart in your booth. So that's one thing, luckily I can ship these and I don't have to glue everything down, so people can use the pieces and parts and change them out. like I said, I love to change my decor out probably more often than I should, but I love doing it. And then it's time to dust that time. So thanks for watching. We will see you next time. You can see what I'm up to. Bye.